Hello and welcome to Terraria Item Versus! Today we have a three-way video. This video is actually a combination of two suggestions, by Alt on one side, and by Spencer on the other. So all three are spears, which are known for their high knockback, decent range, and high damage. But the four main attributes that are going to be covered in this video are range, critical strike chance, attack speed, as well as the ability to hit through walls, which this is the first item that is able to hit through walls, which is the Mushroom Spear. Because the Mushroom Spear has projectiles on its attack. These projectiles do 1/3 the damage of the weapon, and they can hit through walls, which in my opinion is one of the most valuable things that a weapon can do, is attack through walls. So the Gungnir is the second fastest weapon, but has the best range. The Obsidian Swordfish is the fastest of the three weapons, and has the highest base critical strike chance at 24%, the other two just having the regular 4%, and the Mushroom Spear is slow as balls. Now for everyone's favorite part, the stats. I have no idea how to make this more entertaining, because literally less than 10% of my viewers enjoy this series. I apologize for making content you don't want to see. I, however, just really enjoy making these. And when I say I enjoy making these are probably my favorite videos to make that I have on the channel, although 9,999 can be fun. I really like stats. Anyway, not a single one of these weapons has auto swing on it. That means that the damage spread against each of the target tests is going to have a lower low, because I'm going to account for a missed input here and there. Damage stats, we have 61 on the Gungnir, 60 on the Mushroom Spear, only one lower, and 70 on the Obsidian Swordfish. Obsidian Swordfish may be the fastest and have the highest crit strike chance, but it is the smallest of the three weapons. It has the worst range. So the best reforge, I decided instead of having a separate thing, just put it next to damage. So godly for all three, we have 70, 80, and 69. Mushroom Spear is just one damage lower consistently. Damage spread, 60 to 80, 68 to 92, and 59 to 79. And you know, I should probably have a multiplier for critical strike chance, as critical strikes don't apply to the DPS on dummies. But I just think that a few things need to change with dummies. I think Relogic needs to give them more love. DPS against one target, we have 145 to 247 for Gungnir, 215 to 400 for the Obsidian Swordfish, 120 to 200 for the Mushroom Spear. Mushroom Spear, clear loser. Obsidian Swordfish, clear winner. Ranges from a good bit higher to almost twice as high. And then against three targets, we have 500 to 700 for the Gungnir, 990 to 1210 for the Obsidian Swordfish, and 450 to 650 for the Mushroom Spear. Gungnir and Mushroom Spear are very similar, pretty consistently like exactly 50 lower. Obsidian Swordfish, almost twice as good. And then we go to 5 targets, where Obsidian Swordfish can't hit any more targets. It can only hit 3. So every other Obsidian Swordfish test is the exact same, while these other ones can get bigger. For 5 targets, we got 1150 to 1450 for the Gungnir, pulling ahead of all the competition. And then Mushroom Spear is able to pretty cleanly match the Obsidian Swordfish. And then against 10 targets, this is where both other spears can no longer hit new targets. Gungnir can hit 8 targets, while the Mushroom Spear can hit 6. So we have 1750 to 2150 for the Gungnir, and 990 to 1300 for the Mushroom Spear. It's getting only a slight damage buff because it's only hitting one more target, and then yeah, all the other tests are the same. The Gungnir can hit 50 targets, that would be pretty insane. Average DPS, the only number that matters. Gungnir 1324, Obsidian Swordfish 1151, Mushroom Spear 885. And I say the only number that matters, but the real number that matters is there's two numbers that matter. The multipliers and the average DPS. Sure, if you got a big base number, that'll be good, but if you have a bigger multiplier and a bigger base number, you're gonna be even better. That's probably why the Zenith is probably gonna be the best item in the game, just based off stats. All the normal items are probably going to max out at S+, while the Rod of Discord is going to be a tier above that in SS, and then Rod of Harmony is going to be a tier above that in SS. But for now, let's finish this off. Gungnir is 6.4 knockback, Obsidian Swordfish 6.5, and Mushroom Spear 6.2. Obsidian Swordfish wins there too. Critical Strike, we already talked about it. Use time, this is the biggest weakness the Mushroom Spear has. It's so slow that its damage is a lot worse than it probably should be, just because it's a similar weapon to Gungnir, except somebody decided that it should be similar to molasses in more way than one. Because the Clothier would probably eat this thing, let's be honest. 22 for the Gungnir, 20 for Obsidian Swordfish. It's actually not that big of a difference in speed. And then Mushroom Spear's over here with almost half the speed. Both the Mushroom Spear and the Obsidian Swordfish are in a higher tier of rarity. Obsidian Swordfish doesn't sell for very much. Gungnir sells for a good bit, and the Mushroom Spear is $1 million, because you buy it for 70 gold. Selling it for 14 gold back is a horrible exchange rate. And now we go to the tier list, where the Obsidian Swordfish is actually in the lowest out of the 3, in 7th place overall. Not as good as the Fetid Bagnecks, but better than the Sunfury. Gungnir, 4th place overall, better than the True Night's Edge, worse than True Excalibur. And then the new 1st place is the Mushroom Spear, as it gets a times 20 multiplier for being able to hit enemies through walls. This makes me really want to test the Vilethorn. How good could the Vilethorn possibly be? Probably pretty shit, but you take anything times 20 and it'll be a lot higher. Gungnir, ID number 550, bam. Mushroom Spear, ID number 756, bam. Obsidian Swordfish, ID number 2331, bam. Well, that was a really fun video. So Gungnir is the best if you just take on raw stats. Mushroom Spear is the best if you take the value of the actual item. So I have all 100 dummies in this world taken up. There's a 100 dummy limit in each Terraria world, and I have every single slot maxed out. Because you got 1, 3, 5, 10, 25, and 50. That is equal to 94. And now I have an additional dummy in each one of these testing zones inside of these little containment chambers. You can use these to test if your item can hit through walls or not. The Zenith can hit through walls. Pretty much everything else in the game cannot. Which is why the Mushroom Spear gets such a massive multiplier. You ever get those slimes that are like an inch off a ledge and you can't hit them because it's technically a wall in the way? Happens constantly. And sometimes it's not just annoying, it can kill you. So I have one more Terraria item versus video that is solely based off my own curiosity and not off viewer request. Other than that one video, which is pretty much, I think it's all the hard mode ore swords going to be versus each other. Just out of curiosity, I'm wondering like the difference between each one. That's the last one I'm going to do, other than the viewer requested ones, which I'm going to do viewer requested Terraria item versus videos, because clearly someone cared. It's not that nobody likes this series, it's like that a small minority likes them. So if you recommend a video in the Terraria item versus series, like if, I don't know, you want to see wooden sword versus wooden boomerang or something, I will do that video eventually. It will happen. Definitely post in the comments if you have any item versus videos you'd like to see, because I'll do them. But for now, I'm going to try to keep them, like, spread out, because people clearly like the 9,999 series way more than this series. So I'm going to do 5 or 10 of those videos, and then we'll do one Terraria item versus video, and then we'll do another 5 or 10. You see what I mean? I'll try to space it out so that you're mostly getting what you want. And as for the people that'll just watch any video I upload, and they just really like watching my videos, thank you very much for watching. And if you're watching this far, and you enjoyed what you saw, and you want to see more like it, do the thing. And if you weren't going to do the thing, thanks anyway. Hitting through walls is broken, but hitting a lot of targets very quickly is also very good. Why does the Zenith have 11,000 DPS on a single target while it's inside of a wall from a distance? Somebody please recommend Zenith versus Last Prism so that we can see what true power looks like. Alright, I'm gonna go work on more 9,999 videos. Good night, Tri-State Area.